Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, and now it is May 20th. So sorry about that mistake yesterday. Oh, I can't believe I just said I'm tired. I am. I'm tired. I'm worn out. It's been a busy couple of days for me, and I'm sure in some ways it's been busy for you too. There are still quite a few assignments to do, and I am going to go through what you have due for tomorrow, which is Wednesday. I'm not going to start with a Bible verse and a short explanation or my thoughts about that Bible verse because I want you to watch the chapel service that is done for us. So if you want to pause the video here and go watch that chapel service that's provided by the school, I would highly encourage you to do that. I've seen every one of them and they're well done. They're well done. They give us something to think about, but they also encourage us. So please make sure you take the time to do that. Okay? All right. If you're ready, I will get started with what's going on. Okay. Short story due tomorrow. It's a pretty simple assignment. It gives you a little bit of practice with writing different types of sentences, whether they're simple sentences or they have a compound subject or a compound verb or they're compound sentences or they're complex sentences. You get an opportunity to stretch your legs a little bit and do a little creative writing. A short story, pick a topic, make sure it makes sense. I had somebody turn one in early that it makes sense, most of it, but some things are spelled incorrectly, and so there are parts that don't make sense. So please make sure you're doing quality work. Double check your spelling. Have a parent read it if you need to, or have an older sibling read it if you need to. Make sure you're turning in quality work. Okay, this is the last Wednesday you're going to have to turn schoolwork like that in. So make sure you're doing it right. And this is really your last grammar assignment or English assignment for the year. You guys, most of you have done a fantastic job. So I appreciate your effort. But if you're turning in a story, make sure that you've double checked your spelling and your punctuation because those things count. Okay. All right. On to math. Pretty straightforward math today. You're working with the median, which means the middle number. Now, how do you find the middle number? You put the numbers in order from least to greatest and you choose the middle number. What happens if you have an even number of numbers? Then there would be two numbers in the middle. If those two numbers are not the same, then you simply add them together and divide by 2. That'll tell you what the middle number is. So the median means middle number. And then you have the mode. Now, the mode is just the number that occurs the most often. So if you have a data set that's 5, 8, 9, 5, 7, 2, 5, 5 is the number that occurs the most frequently, and therefore 5 is the mode. It's that simple. Okay, watch the rest of the math antics video. It will help you appreciate median and mode as well. And I would suggest watch the video, then do median, and then watch the mode part of the video, and then do the mode. But that's up to you. Okay, let's go on to religion. This is, I'm going to open up the parable of your choice. Okay, and you're going to create for Friday. Okay, this is not, I'm sorry. I'm going to back up. I'm going to skip religion and go to science because this is actually due tomorrow. Okay, this is due for Thursday and it's part 2 of your science. Okay, you have, if you click on the part 2 part, you have a video to watch, and then in a post, you need to share what you learned about plants. Okay? It's that simple. It's not a hard assignment, but you do need to make sure you take care of that. That's going to be your last science grade. Okay. So then we're going to move on to back to religion. So for Friday, you need to create an artistic version of the parable. And it's not due tomorrow, so you don't have to do it today. You could maybe just pick one and read it over and then let it kind of sit in your mind so that your mind has a chance to kind of think about it and then work on it on Thursday. Okay? That would be my recommendation to you. Unless you get just this fantastic idea of what you want to do, I would sit on it a little bit and let it kind of grow so that you get the idea planned out the way you want it planned out. Okay? All right. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about, I had said this morning when we were talking that I was probably not going to give you a test on the Southwest. Well, not everybody has turned their work in. And honestly, some of the people who turned their work in, they turned it in, they typed it in, and then they didn't go back and look and follow the directions that I gave them. I gave people some guidance on what they could do to improve, and they didn't. So their final grade in social studies is going to be pretty low because they chose not to do anything else. They've kind of been sitting on their hands. Their final copy really is still just kind of a rough draft. And their rough draft they got credit for. You may have gotten an A on your rough draft, but that doesn't mean your final copy was an A. You really need to go back and check the work, check the notes that I've made and given to you. Otherwise, you may fail the final draft. Okay? So make sure you go back and take a look at that information that I sent to you. Okay? All right. So, due for tomorrow, you have a short story in grammar, you have math, and you're dealing with median and the mode. Okay. And then you have, excuse me, uh, science. I'm sorry. Just explain what you learned about plants. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe something that you already knew but forgot to write down in your initial assessment of the question was you were reminded of. Okay. I don't know. I'm not you, but make sure you get that taken care of. Okay. All right. As always, if you have questions, contact me. I've had several people contact me. I've met with them in a Google Meet and I've helped them solve their problems. Don't spend your time getting frustrated. Let me know. I actually get paid to help you. Okay. You are not in this alone. It's the final push. There is some work to be done, but you're not in it alone. Okay. I'm here to help you and I want to help you. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Look forward to seeing what you've got to turn in. And if you have a chance, go look at the information about the Southwest. I've reordered it and put some of the better the projects that were well done. I put them in the front of the paper or the front of the magazine because they just deserve to be highlighted, or even in the front of their section. If if yours is not in the front of the section, either somebody did a better job than you did in that section, or you didn't pay attention to the advice I gave you and you just kind of you're done for whatever reason. You're really not giving God your best. So if you want help or you've got questions, let me know. Glad to help you. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. God's blessings on your day. Make sure you watch that chapel video. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Bye.